everybody, it's Rhonda here from Nelson Soapery. Today we're going to be doing a video all about getting your photos to look amazing on your websites. So whether you're using Wix, whether you're using GoDaddy, whether you're using Shopify, doesn't matter. Whatever you're using, you can make that look professional, but the main thing is making sure your photos are the same. So if you've been looking at all of those gorgeous, sites that I look at all the time and you think, gee, they look so beautiful. And yes, they have had professionals do them, but there's some things you can do to help yourself. Number one, all the photos need to be roughly about the same size. And on top of that, you need to have them all aesthetically pleasing, meaning that, they need to look the same. So you would have them all transparent backgrounds, or you might have them all in lifestyle shots or whatever. But today we're going to work on a transparent background to give you an idea on how you're actually going to do that. And then, of course, we're going to save them, pop them into files, and then we can pop them on the website. So I'll show you a few that I've done for myself. So first of all, the main thing you actually need to do is take your photo on a white background, and that way it makes it much easier to remove the background away. So all I do on mine is I use an A4 piece of white paper, which costs you about 2 cents for the white paper, and all I do is put that in the background, and then I just sit my product on top of it, take a photo, and after I do that, then of course I import it into Canva. So let's get going and we'll start. So first of all, we're going to create a design. This just means we just literally want a square to put all of our images in so they are the same size. So I'm just going to say custom size, and let's just do 10 centimeters. Obviously it's square, so we want 10 by 10. And this way you'll know this is exactly how we're going to do it. We'll push OK. So now it's just going to bring up our square. So you can see our square's white. If you want your background a different color, we can change that. We don't need to worry about that at all. So now we've got our background here. So now what we're going to do is get a photo and insert it in. So this is my upload. So this means all the pictures I've put in here. So I've got these ones here. We're going to be working on this one at the moment. And let me just get rid of some Instagram things that come up on there. But now what we're going to do as well on here, like I said, is we want to actually, put our image in here. So we're going to start with this one first, but we will bring in another one. So just click on the image. I've already downloaded this. And now we can see this. Now this is where the trick comes in. So either you can do this or this, but if you have a look at this picture, we've got all this surrounding here that is empty. So if you take another picture, you might have a hand that comes here, which then, of course, makes that uneven, and it's a bit tricky to do it. But we'll start with this one, and then I'm going to give you an idea on how easy this is to fix. So literally, we've got our picture in the middle. We're going to click on it. We'll push Edit Image because we want to remove the background. We're going to say Remove. BG means background remover, and it's just going to take the background. But if you had lots of images and lots of colors and things in the background, it really can't do it. It's too hard. So like I said, if you do what I've done, it's just an A4 piece of white paper. You can see it cleanly wipes it away. We'll push Apply, and then it's going to make it gorgeous. If you want to play with the color, down the bottoms here where it says adjustment, you can make it brighter or you can contrast it. So we'll just leave it similar to this, which is basically how it looks. Now you can see, we'll click off it. Look how cute that looks. But what you might want to do is you might say, well, I actually want to have it this big. So we're going to say, okay, we want roughly to fill the main part of the page. If you see me clicking, if you can see that purple line, that means that our image now is centered in the middle. So we can just crop this. We'll just bring that up to that. And then this is where we're going to sit all of our images. So we know this one is pretty good. We're happy with it. We like it. So now what we're going to do is push the share button, because we want to bring this. This is basically downloading it to your computer. We're going to download it. Make sure you don't forget to click the transparent background on this. And then, of course, we are going to say download, and then this is going to download to our computer, and we're going to save it in a file. So once it's done its little bit, it will come up to here at the side. So we'll just wait for this little bit to come up, and you can see it's here. We're going to push open, and then we're going to save it to our computer. So just, go on here and push save as and so on, but I won't because I've already got this particular picture on my site. So that way we can see how gorgeous that one is going to look. So now we're just going to go in here. I'm just going to go onto my website so that we can see what this is going to look like. So we'll just go to my website in here. And this is online. This is what mine looks like online. So we're just going to go into bath bombs because that's what it is. And the one that I'm working on is called Barry's Daughter, which is a blueberry peony style. So you can see here how mine are all a very similar size, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. And then here you go, it is sitting at the front. This is not going to be my main image. I am going to put one of just the ball on its own, which we'll do in just a minute. But you can see how mine being transparent looks really professional. These ones I've got to lighten them up a bit. So that's what I mean. You do need to play around and make sure, you know, the lighting is looking good and it's not too dark as well. One thing I actually really like doing is I like taking my pictures in the evening when it's a bit darker, put the flash onto my iPhone and take it with the flash on. I find that works much, much better than in the day with the sun. But it's up to you. It depends on how your iPhone is and what iPhone you have. Mine is iPhone Pro Max 13, I think it is. I can't remember, but I think that's what it is. So anyway, hopefully that helps. And now, so we've done that. So now let's go in. We'll just delete this one off. And the good thing is always make sure you are keeping to this same size, 10 by 10. And now what we're going to do is we're going to upload a picture on here. So I already know that I've already saved them. And if you can see on this file that I'm looking into, these are my diffusers, and I have already loaded these ones up as well. So let me see if I have loaded them up, because I may not have actually put my picture in here, but that's okay. If I haven't, we'll grab another one and I will show you just for today's purpose. So you can see here all these photos here, they're all on white paper, so they're really, really easy to actually do. So now how about, because I have the photos at the front, I'm going to actually use one of those just to show you what I'm actually doing. So let me just go back into my diffusers. So now we'll pretend, okay, we're going to do the coconut one in here. So I've already got all my pictures. I know pretty much what they are, and we're going to just insert them in. Now, this is the easiest way besides measuring and all of those kind of things, because remember, we're not professional photographers. So now we're going to just literally do this. This one, you can see I've already cropped it. But the good thing is, if you use this as a guide, so next time if you put anything else, so we're going to pretend that we're going to go in here and we're just going to add this one because this one hasn't been cropped. So leave the one behind in the background because you know that's sort of the size you want. If you use this one, so now on top is this one. And now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to remove the background. And this is an easy trick to make sure they are exactly the same or as close as you can get. The eye would not be able to tell any different. And this is what I actually do with all of mine, because as I always say, I'm not a professional photographer, but I want my site to look really good. And even when you've got designers helping you with your site, there's still things that you need to do yourself. You're going to have to come back in and put your own pictures as you update your site. So now you can see I've removed the background, and can you see how little this is? So what I do is I literally sit this on top of this top one that I've done, and it will give me the measurement as well. So we're going to just make this one smaller. So if you can see, I'm just literally bringing this to be a similar size to the first one behind it, and then we will remove the one from behind it. So now you can see that is perfect. And what I do is bring this bottom to flush, so you know, no matter where I move this, if I just bring it back to the center, I know it's right again. And you can see that that's in the center again. So we will take this one, the first one, away. So now let's delete that one off. We'll bring our second one back in. And there you go. Here it is. And we know that that is the right size. Same thing, we're going to save it again and start from the beginning again, just like we did before. So I'm sure that you can see what I mean, that when you actually do it like this, It is so much easier. It's going to help your website look really consistent, really beautiful, keeping the photos the same. So what I like to do on the very front, which is like, if we go back to this one, so now this is our front page. So let me go back into diffusers and I'll show you what I mean. I redid all the diffusers because if you see here, look how aesthetically pleasing they look. If you were coming on to shop on here, you would think this looks really professional. They all look the same, the sizes are the same, and everything else. But if you had one that was really big, one that was small, you'd think, oh, that looks terrible, and you need to redo that. So that's why I really love the way this looks, and I'm sure that you can see this looks really good. But inside, so if you click on the picture, then you can change it. So you might have, I mean, these are all the same, but if you have a look, you know, you might have a lifestyle picture, and that's fine to have it on the inside. But on the outside, which is the first main page of those products, you want people just to see them looking the same. And I'm going to show you a bad example, which is something I need to fix on my website. Between the web developers and myself, it gets a little bit muddled sometimes when you're trying to, you know, tell them what you want, what they want, and so on. And so what sometimes happens is then you need to go in and fix it. If there's something that you don't love what somebody does or whatever. Now you can see here all these pictures here. Look at the different size, how unprofessional that looks. It's really unprofessional. So I'm going to go back and have them all kind of look like this and take all of these down, and I need to refix some of them. But hopefully this will give you an idea of, you know, the first one with the diffusers, how good that looks compared to how bad this looks. And can I tell you, since I've done this page, which doesn't look very nice because the images aren't the right size, I've really had very little sales on these, and I think it's because they don't look professional. But all the ones that I've updone and look super professional, they're the ones that are selling. So it goes to show that eye appeal is buy appeal, even online. Online, you've just got to remember that this is kind of like if you're in a store and you've got all the clothes folded beautifully, one on top of each other, you go and pick them up and you feel great to buy it. It's the same as this. If they look messy like this, it doesn't make people want to pick that up and put it to their cart to buy it. But if they're all in line like the diffusers, they look beautiful and they make people want to buy it. So that's really, I guess, what I wanted to talk about on your website. You know, you just need to make it look really clean. Like, really, that is the whole way. And the same as will go into a few other products, and hopefully you can see that these ones here are all very similar as well, and it just makes it easy on the eye. But you can see this one here is much smaller than this, so I'm going to have to go back in and fix this. But I think this was an old image, that's why, and these ones are my newer ones that I have updated. But, you know, you don't have to be super, super pedantic, but just do remember, you know, eye appeal is buy appeal, like I said, and this is how you're getting people to buy your products. So I hope today this has really helped you understand a little bit about how you can actually take the photos with your iPhone or, you know, a camera, whatever you want to take them with, and then you can play around with them back into Canva. You will need the Pro account to be able to do the background remover like I do, but you could use a very similar technique if you don't have that and you simply want to just put your pictures in, just size it up to the size you want, make your pictures fit in, and you might just have to play around a little bit. But I hope you have loved this video. A huge big thank you to you all, and a massive thank you to my amazing, lovely, lovely VIPs over on Patreon that are doing an amazing job following me over there, and we're learning so much. So don't forget to come and see us at Patreon or join my Facebook group. Everybody is welcome over there. You just got to look me up. It's Nelson Interior Soapery, and you'll be able to find me over there. So, and until next time, I will see you on the next video. Bye, everyone.